correlate, um, may pagkakaiba. May pagkakaiba ba? Difference. Okay? Usually, yung correlational analysis, binanggabangga yan, difference. Yung correlate. Okay? Correlational analysis is the strength and direction of relationship between variables were assessed to understand their association. Meron bang relationship o pagkakaiba yung tao doon sa inyong inyong mga variables. Okay? So, may connection ba ang respondents ninyo sa sinasabi nyong mga sub-variables? So, that is a correlation. From the word correlate, no? Regression, relationship, correlate, difference. Okay? Pero, no? Correlation, pag tinasa niyo yung correlation is differentiation. Pinagbabangga. Possible ang tao doon sa kanyang sinasabi. No? So, ganon. Differences. Okay? Tatanungin niyo kung what is the appropriate use to produce your hypothesis. No, in a hypothesis testing, may mga one-way lang dyan, two-way, ganyan. So, ano yung mas appropriate and mas useful makapagbigay sa inyo ng appropriate data. Okay? Ulitin ko, kapag dyan lumalabas yung HO accepted, mga ganyan. May mga tables pa sila dyan ng rejected, mga ganyan. O bakit rejected? So, sa table, kailangan nyo po yan i-explain. Okay? So, that's how you will do your hypothesis. So now, we need to make sure that we do limitations of the analysis. No? Kailangan nyo isipin ng paulit-ulit sino lang ba ang respondents nyo or sino-sino lang ba ang respondents nyo. So you must know your sample size. No, hindi naman pwedeng sinabi natin ang population ay 10,000 din ang inyong inyong respondents. So, alam niyo na yan kung paano mag-compute ng inyong respondents. Okay? So, meron na tayong ginagamit na system dyan. Okay? So, another one, sample size might not be large enough to represent the entire population accurately. Okay? So, make sure that your population is accurately. Kaya kailangan yung data yung calculator na ginagamit natin, kailangan may screenshot kayo dyan, no? And then data quality, the potential, no? Inquiries or missing data could affect the reliability of the analysis. Okay? So, the data quality, make sure na talaga, kwalidad yung result at kwalidad yung explanation. Okay? Bias. So, the data collection methodology may have introduced bias affecting the generalizations or generalizability of the result. Okay? So, may iwasan nyo yung mga bias sa results or iwasan ninyo na kapag pag sinabi kasi nating bias, may kinikilingan. Okay? You need to make sure na hindi mangyari yon sa inyong papel. Okay? Na may mga scenario na napapasama na yung ganito, pinopoderan yung ganito. So, you need to make sure that it has not bias. Okay? And data collection methodology may have introduced bias. Pero kailangan on the result, kailangan lahat mabigyan natin ng result. Ibig sabihin ng bias, na mayroong mataas na resulta, may mababa na resulta. At dapat parehas nyo po yan bibigyan ng justification. Okay? Dito sa meet natin hanggang 100 students lang ang pwedeng pumasok. Okay? As of now, you are 80 plus. So now, we need to make sure on our slide number 7, interpretation of the result. Okay? You must know your key findings. The analysis revealed, the highlight 1 and 2 example is the key findings based on the data. So, what did you notice? What did you find? Anong nalaman ninyo based sa result ng papel ninyo? Kaya nga, diba, dapat if you are the one who do the questionnaires, dapat appropriate, dapat maayos yung mga questions nyo. Yung mga problema na nakikita nyo, example, on the place, may nakikita na kayong problema. Dapat, yung problema na yon i-include nyo na agad sa questions nyo para kapag nagka-craft po kayo ng recommendations ninyo, ay maayos. Okay? So, ma-determine ang papel ninyo. Kasi doon mag-evolve yung questions eh. Yung questions ay makakatulong for your recommendations. Questions will pertain your data. Okay? So, pagandahan ng questionnaires, no, that align to your paper and to your SOP. Then, significant trends, the data suggest significant trends. So, ibig sabihin, kapag kayo ay mag-interpret ng result, dapat mas maganda yung support RRL ninyo for the further explanation plus on trends, on time. Diba ang rule natin is 5-year rule. And another one is unexpected insight. The analysis uncovered some unexpected insight such as highlight 1 and 2 unexpected insight by someone. Sabi niya, may mapapansin kayo na bakit kaya itong pinakamababa na result pa? Ano kaya meron? Ay, hindi pala nila gusto. Akala ko gusto nila yung pagkain. Hindi pala nila gusto. Iba ba't yung iba? Sabi, okay naman. No? Pero dun sa papel, hindi pala nila gusto mang ganyan. So, you must have unexpected insight. Ibig sabihin, kailangan bigyan nyo pa yan ng another, no? Bigyan nyo sila ng another explanation na mas matawid yung research paper ninyo. Okay? So, now, paano nyo kakrap yung conclusions ninyo? Okay, ulitin ko, mas maganda. Ang conclusion mga anak is summarization lang. At ilalagay nyo sa conclusion nyo is more on highest weighted mean. Example, explanation, conclusion, explanation, explanation, ang conclusion is the keme. Then number 1, on the SOP number 1 about demographic profile, the highest weighted mean is on the age bracket of ganyan-ganyan. And then sunod, number 2, the highest and the age, the highest weighted mean is 29 to 30 respondents, mga ganyan. Ulitin ko, conclusion, ang ilagay nyo na lang dyan para hindi kayo mahirapan ng kung ano-ano mga pinagsasasabi nyo dyan is only the highest weighted mean. Pwede kayong magbigay ng konting explanation lang, like 1 to 2 paragraph o 1 to 2 sentence lang. Maliwanag po ba? Ang tawag doon is key findings conclusion. Okay? Highest weighted mean. Wala maglalagay na lowest weighted mean. Okay? And then now, yan na. Doon na tayo sa summary findings, conclusion, and recommendations. So this section summarizes the key findings, draw conclusions, and provides recommendation based on the analysis. Okay? So expected ko, yung mga matindang lesson natin ngayon, hindi na masyado mahirapan ng crafting the chapter 4 and 5. So, good luck na lang sa defense dun sa mga hindi pumunta. O kung mga naawa naman kayo sa mga kaklase nyo, please inform them how to write the chapter 4 and 5. Okay? Section summarize, ayun, like what I've said earlier. Okay. So, eto, hindi ko naman sinabi na ganito din yung gawin ninyo na gawin yung triangle. Baka ganyan ang gawin ninyo. This is only the step-by-step how you will do the key findings. Ito nga yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina na highest weighted mean na lang ang ilagay ninyo for your key findings or your conclusion. Key finding 1, 2, 3, brief explanation of the first key finding. So, one of the solution is how to write that is you must go for the conclusions. And then, last one is the conclusion. Okay? So, yan, conclusion based on the analysis, we conclude that ganyan-ganyan. Furthermore, the analysis support the conclusions that ganyan-ganyan. So you must write the I therefore conclude ganyan-ganyan. Or pwede nyo, di ba, highest weighted mean, tapos I therefore conclude, ganyan. Okay? So, on the recommendations naman, hindi na siya napasama dito sa PowerPoint. Pero ang recommendations is based on the plan that you are going to. Yung iba naman, hindi naman ginawa ng improvement plan, diba? Wala namang enhancement or action plan. Yun nga lang, pag may action plan, may mga plan, yung mga leche plan na yan, marami kayong dapat i-prepare. Example, action plan ang gagawin ninyo. Paano ba gawin yung action plan? You must research paano ba yung action plan. Meron dyan, nilalagay nila action plan, may year, step by step, sino yung magagawa, may mga timeline, ganon. Kapag ma-enhancement plan, ano yung mga dapat i-enhance natin sa, kunyari sa supplies, kunyari sa place, sa price, sa promotion, gano'n. Ano yung mga pwede natin gawing enhancement plan. And then dapat may mga supporting kayong supporting explanation and also recommendations, no? And then, pwede din naman ilagay din yung mga significance of the study ninyo. Pero hindi lahat. Baka kasi ang old kasi na ginagawa nila on doing the recommendation is only the significance of the study. Kaya nga kayo may part ng significance of the study para hindi nyo na siya ilagay sa recommendations ninyo. Pwede din naman yung ganun. Pero dapat naka-appropriate yung mga recommendations nyo sa kanila. No? Kaya ang ibang panel ninyo pinapagawa pa yung mga tables. Diba? So, use the resources that you have, which is the data. Ang makakatulong sa inyo niyan para mag-craft po ng magandang recommendation is the lowest mean. Kasi nga yung bibigyan natin ng action kasi ang baba ng result. Doon ako nagtataka nung nag-aaral ako ng research, nakafocus lang sila doon sa example, nakafocus lang sila sa significance of the study. Significance of the study na nga. Kaya minsan, hindi maganda yung pagka-craft na recommendation at napaka-ekli. Mga anak, dapat yan ang bibigyan nyo ng justification. So, I suggest to you that all of the recommendation is based on the lowest mean. Okay? So, yung mga sinasabi ko sa inyo, this is what practice also on the big schools that I already went through, no? Tsaka yung nag-research class pa ako. Same lang din naman. Pero mas naging mas may mga terms na ginagamit na ngayon ko lang din na-discover, like in a statistical treatment, mga ganyan. How you will provide your recommendations, mga ganyan. So, ulitin ko, kapag sinabing action plan po yan, I'll stop my presentation. If you will crafting for your recommendation is lahat may mga lowest mean, mga anak, no? You need to make sure that you will give determination of that. O pag sinabi, bakit, nakafocus lang kayo sa lowest mean ninyo, ganyan. Sir, kasi yan po yung pinakamababang result of the data. Ang mindset ko kasi dun, what is the purpose of the data if you will not use that on your recommendation? Para saan pat nag-survey pa tayo? Yeah? So, use the data that you have. Okay? So, pwedeng mag-start na kayo dun sa may mga subtopics. For example, ay quality service, o kaya marketing, o kaya professional development, o kaya product development. Pag mga product development, dapat may 5 years plan kayo dyan. Yeah? So, paano siya buuin, no? Yung mga instruction na kami sa inyo during your defense. So, pagandahan na lang kasi